The other question on impeachment, yes, I just believe that somebody must take the bull by its horns. I know members of parliament fear for their life. Those who do not know Caleb very well, just go back to my pictures. When we were in the street during the Raila, IBC must go. No, Raila may be Wakura. I'm one of those members of parliament who faced the highest atrocity committed by the police in the street. If you look at my photos where tear gas was thrown inside my car, and were it not for the Ruto's media personality who made sure that I fall on the ground, and I got at least an lepel lamage from one of the street boys, I have died there in the streets. So I have been in the trenches. I have been there. It's not that some of us don't make so much noise. We don't take photos after demonstration. We don't take selfies after demonstration. So you may not have any picture of us on what we have done in the street, but we've been there. And some of us are also guided by courage. Even for me to stand in for a member of parliament at 29 years is purely courage. You remember the Caleb in the Bible where all the Israelites were afraid when they took the 12 sub-tribes of Israel, and each one of them were represented by a spy to go to Canaan to spy the land. And everybody was afraid. It's only Caleb who said, yes, these people are a giant, but I know we can make it. That Caleb of the Bible is the one who is still speaking now. That yes, we know they are mighty. Yes, we know Ruto is ruthless, but we can defeat him. We can do something. We can go there. And the people of Israel, because of the courage and the audacity of Caleb, they managed to go to Israel. If we did not have the courage and the audacity of Caleb, the people of Israel will still be in the condemned land. And that's why I said somebody must wake up. Somebody must wake up with courage. And if that person is Caleb, so be it. All I need is support. I see people making it fun of it. They say, oh, this is jokes. Ruto has many members of parliament. You will not go anywhere. So what? If I don't go anywhere, I'll have done my bit. Because if you want change, you don't want to participate in change, you want to keep on talking on social media, on X, abusing people. Even Caleb, who tries to bring a motion of impeachment, you still abuse him. So what do you want? You know, Kenyans might just wake up and ask themselves, what do they want? People come up and they want to try and they make a change, but you still abuse them. You still say these ones are moles, these ones are what? So what do I do? I mean, and you, in fact, I was shocked when a lawyer friend of mine, I know, I don't want to say his name, and he said, I'm offering to help you to draft the motion, just later on to give me a bill. So I'm asking, is this my motion? Is Ruto disturbing Caleb Amisi alone? Can the Kenyans just sacrifice and make it a national duty to come together? Nations have come together before and they removed despots in unison. It cannot be a one-man show. It cannot be my duty as Caleb Amis. And that's why I said, when people have come up and they are telling you, please, we can do it, why don't you support him? Let them fail, and then later on you can blame them. So motion is on. I will go on. If I'm the one only person who will sign that motion, if my signature is going to be in parliament, as the only person who signed that signature of impeachment, so be it, but I'll bring it. I think the other question touches on Batuk, a British training unit in Nanyuki. And as a member of Defense and Foreign Relations, of course, you've handled issues of Batuk. We have a defense cooperation agreement between United Kingdom and Kenya. We've raised issues that we think are pertinent to that agreement. We've also said that the agreement needs to be relooked at based on the case of the Agnes Wanjiru, who was killed by the British soldier. So I can tell you from the committee level that they have raised serious issues, and it is unanimous decision of the members of the committee that Batuk does not need to exist anymore. That Kenya has lost so much in terms of this British and the superpower agreement. Right now we have murder in Lamu. US has a military base in Lamu. without an agreement. I mean, the US can wake up one day and land in Kenya with missiles. And there's nothing we can do about it. We have a military base in Kenya without a defense agreement whatsoever. So there is a serious assault to our sovereignty for a long time. It did not start with William Ruto. It has started with previous regimes. But somebody must stand up for this nation before it collapses into a pariah nation. Because all these military bases with the people making deals with foreign states at the expense of the life of Kenyans. Now we have a military base in Nanyuki. There is no NSN nation that can allow citizens of other nations affected by whatever disease, whether it's Ebola or whatever, to be their safe haven. It is not normal. That is selling your sovereignty. And when Kenyans are just laughing around it, they make it as a joke. I don't know. Do they want until they die, until one of their relatives die, and then when they know it is serious? You talk. People are just in rallies. Some are in. I even refused to go to Machakos rally because I told them, what are we telling people in rallies? We are members of parliament. Let us come back to parliament and do our duties. Why are people in Kisumu shouting in rallies? Kenya is at a threat. You will not have any single person to address in those rallies. Taking photos and flossing on social media how big rallies are is not going to save this country. This country is going to be saved by committed people, even if it is one person, one man rally. But it must be committed and true to the cause. Cumulatively will save our country. But just laughing and say now people have, and the reason why I said, please, can you give me likes? I just wanted to know what are Kenyans thinking? Because you can start on a journey where you are just talking to yourself. So I told people, give me likes. They are saying, why do you want likes? Just go ahead. Kenyans, you must participate in saving your nation. You cannot just be rude every day, every morning. Somebody is telling you, can you just give me a nod to go to parliament? You are making noise around it. And that's why I think the people who come out strongly to support the Kenyans, they are discouraged by the same Kenyans. Kenyans are not ready to change. They must be supporting people who come out strongly. So I'm asking for like somebody is arguing. Are you paying for it? Is it paying in you? Why can't you just stick and move on? What will it cost you? So Kenyans have this habit of just discrediting every other thing until even then people who have the capacity to lead them into change, they get discouraged and say, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Kenyans want this life to go on the way it is. So it is actually incumbent upon Kenyans to change their mind, to change how they think. And Caleb can go on and live in Kitale peacefully. But what happens to the rest of the Kenyans? So I think this must become clear. It's not just a member of parliament. It is all Kenyans must change our culture. Our culture must change. People are at so much trouble. I tell, we want Ruto to go. But do you want to replace Ruto with the same people they served with in the same cabinet? So when I say the change we need is not Kalonzo, the Kalonzo people start attacking me. When I say the change we need is not, it cannot be Gachagua. If Gachagua was not impeached, he will be defending Ebola today. I dare say, if Gachagua was not impeached, he will be defending Ebola today. So he's only making noise because he was impeached. But by the fact that you are dining and whining with the same people in the same cabinet, you are the same. We cannot replace William Ruto with Gachagua or Kalonzo and call ourselves change. That is not change. We must have a real change. Let us get somebody from UN. Let us get a good ambassador and come become our president. Let us have even the CEO of Safaricom or the CEO of Kencom or the CEO of wherever or the CEO of Equity and become our president. We do not need to zero down to Moi cartel to lead us for 30 years and call ourselves change. We must change our mind. If you attack Gachagua, they say you are a mole. Because you don't want Gachagua, you are a mole. So is your change about Gachagua, is your change you've been crying for all these 60 years? We must be serious. or we forget about change in the first case.